Hey, what's up, Doomers? So, 1st to the 4th of April, all of us got a chance to play the Doom beta release. Now, this is just a mere snippet of the game that's coming out on May the 13th, but we got to experience what it's going to be like to play this game. A couple of levels of Warpath Team Deathmatch, but we're going to go through them now with some footage and some commentary, and basically a general review of what we think about all the elements, or the critical elements in this game. Anyway, stay tuned. This is FX Stream. Let's get going. So to kick things off, we're going to talk about the most fundamental part of any great FPS game, and that is obviously the gameplay speed. Now, in my opinion, I found it absolutely perfect in so many ways, and I'd love to see your comments below. Let me know what you thought of the gameplay speed, so I can build on this and, you know, create other videos and put your comments into it. Now, the gameplay speed, you know, is very comparable to things like Unreal Tournament, Quake, Battlefield 4 and all the games that have come out, those FPS type games over the last 10-15 years, and we've all played them. We're all experienced FPS players, and we know what we like, and we know the speed we're actually looking for. And in my opinion, I think this is it. It's not Team Fortress 2 speed, which I'm thankful for, because that is just chaotic mayhem and, you know, just frag fest. It's just mental. But, you know, if it was that sort of speed, I don't think we'd enjoy the game, and it would change the dynamics completely, because you couldn't have those glory kills, you couldn't enjoy that sort of moment, and you couldn't enjoy the surroundings, the terrain or anything like that. It would just be too quick. So I think they've dialed it in correctly, and they've brought the game to the right speed, and hopefully when it's released in May, it's not going to be changed too much, and hopefully they just optimize it a little better and make it a hell of a lot more smoother. Okay, so let's shift up a gear now and look at the graphics along with the game design of the two maps we played. So dropping into the game for the first time, I must say I was initially disappointed, because I think I was sort of hoping for the campaign style graphics, and they weren't there. I mean, the terrain was quite lifeless, colourless and, you know, rather dull, which is a little bit disappointing. But then again, I sat back in my chair and I thought, hang on, this is the beta version, it's trimmed down, it's not the release product, so, you know, hold out judgment. And I think I will for now, because, you know, I expected them to do a little bit more just to give us a taster and a snippet of what's to come. Now, the lighting effects overall were really, really good. The rendering was excellent, and the smoothness of the terrain and the graphics overall were pretty good for what it was. But, you know, when we all used to play the old Quake, Unreal Tournament, Tribes and everything else like that, to maximise the gameplay of multiplayer FPS, we all used to tone the graphics down just so that wasn't part of the latency or the lag problems we had in game. And, you know, perhaps they've done that for this version, who knows. But overall, I hope come release date they do enhance the multiplayer experience and give us some of those graphics that we've seen in the trailers of videos, because that's really what we're expecting. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good as it is, but they can be a hell of a lot better. Now, along with the gameplay speed and the graphics, you've got one other key element, and that is the engine this game is based upon. Now, they could have played it safe a long time ago and used the Unreal 4 engine, but they didn't because of licensing costs, and of course it's probably a little bit dated now, but they've upgraded the id Tech 5 to the id Tech 6, and I think it's an absolute triumph, because the gameplay overall and the engine feels smooth, enhanced, and, you know, fast paced. It just all gelled together really well, and I think it's a masterpiece in my opinion, and I think it absolutely kicks ass over the Unreal Engine any day of the week. Now, I know this is a bit of a bold claim, but even at beta level you can feel the potential of this engine, and I think it's going to be a great esports platform for future gaming and online tournaments. It's absolutely perfect as it is now, so come May release I think it's going to be even better. So people who play Counter-Strike and all the old game tournaments, get your asses in this game and check it out, because this is where the future gaming lies. Now, one of the great features within the user interface is the customization, and this is essential for a healthy, great game. Now, the customization options allow you to customize your weapon or your armor with different colors that you can pick up while you're leveling up, and also patterns as well that can, you know, individualize your actual armor or weapon to make them special and unique to you. Now I think one of the great features they should introduce is your own personalized logo, so that you can pin on your weapon or pin on your armor, just to give that extra personalization and make you a little bit different to the other players within the game. Now there is a rumour out there that they may introduce a paying customization scheme to buy those unique colours and patterns for your weapons and armour, and I think that would be a real shit move to make, because I think you should be awarded these for great gameplay through commendations and awards, and not through a paying scheme. I think that's just a shit idea. So if you do and you are listening id Software, please can that idea now and make it about the gameplay and not about dollars. Some of the other great features within the user interface are things like statistics, which is excellent. You've also got medals, commendations and awards, and these populate and you gain them as you level up, and this is a great idea, similar to Battlefield. But what will be an excellent idea is if we're allowed to spend them on, say, like special abilities. So for example, if you've got a specific amount of commendations, you can spend them on something like 5% haste for 10 seconds for every round, or for example you get 5% damage bonus, 10% shield ability, you know, or even a teleport. There's loads of different options you can combine with all these medals and commendations and awards, and something you could really easily introduce in software. So if you're listening and you like that idea, then please introduce it, because I think it's a fantastic idea and a great incentive for game players of Doom. So the final point I'm going to make is about the weapons in the game. Now there's a small arsenal for your selection. Things like the Vortex rifle, lightning rifle, double barrel shotgun, rocket launcher, and you've got secondary weapons like, you know, siphon grenade, frag grenade and teleport. But at this particular stage I'm going to hold out making any review or judgment on them, simply because there's still a lot of work to be done on them, and they're, you know, they're not calibrated, they're not ready at this sort of stage. So until the final game is released, I'll hold out my review until that day. But anyway, let's move on to my overall summary and what I think about this beta and the potential of what it's going to be like when the release is out. Now overall, I thought the Doom beta release was really good, and it's just a taste of what's to come. The gameplay was excellent, the leveling was cool, and also the hook of the game. You know, I was really interested in playing every minute, and I enjoyed every second of it. And yes, there are things they can tweak and fix within the game, and there's a lot of scope for, you know, optimizing, increasing the graphics, doing this, doing that. There's so much they can be doing, and I'm sure they're going to do it come release date. But one of the critical points about playing this beta is looking at the potential of what this game could become. Now in my opinion, I think it's going to be an absolute monster. I mean, you've got all this integration in terms of snap map and map editing, and the whole community side of it. It's going to be immense. The graphics are already there, the game is future proof with a 1080p 60 frames a second, and in my opinion the engine is absolutely fantastic, and I think it's going to be the perfect esports platform for future gaming. And in summary, I think this could be potentially one of the best FPS games ever, but it's down to id Software to listen to the end users, the feedback, forum posts, things like that, and take on board our ideas and what we want in this game. And if they do that, potentially this is going to be fantastic for everybody in the gaming and FPS community. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Please leave comments below, they're really appreciated. Like, thumbs up and subscribe, and see other videos in my channel, and catch you next time. And more importantly, thanks for watching FX Stream, guys.